Now I have to ask myself what I can make here. And I rather eat my own food than, that's often what other people cook. Because I know that I'm cooking in the spirit. Creating a good meal. Okay, now I have to ask myself what I'm actually making. It's very satisfying to sometimes just let people just do their own suffering. It's very satisfying. Because they don't give a shit if you suffer. That's what I've learned. Very good tea. This is my version of my tea. Now I have to make art. Then I have to prepare myself for this hike. Okay, this one is done. Okay. Yeah, I'm also being drawn back into times en Mojalaquena, where I did my master's degree. And at the end of my stay, I cried. Which is one of the few times I can actually remember. So, I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna travel again. I just have a time at the moment where I don't travel. But I don't have to be Mr. Environmental Protection if the rest of the world never gives a shit. I don't know, it's just hard to imagine traveling when you've been stuck in place for such a long time. Okay, happy Thanksgiving, whatever, happy meal, enjoy, take your time, do what you must, keep going. There's people that figure out stuff, learn from them, pick wisely, and then keep going. Keep letting go, keep moving on. Right, hold on to the people that matter, and then just see where you land. Okay, let's see. It's being lazy, and I cannot give you a good time, because you never helped me. And that's a fact. And that's a hard lesson, a very hard lesson for many people who run around trying to help people, and then they discover people who act like they need help just because they're lazy or they think they ought to receive help. I mean, I'm not that stupid anymore. And maybe I never was, because I can see liars, can sniff them. So yeah, I'll go to the park when I feel like going. But now I've got a couple of things I need to work on. And that's not nice. It's not super pleasant. But the more time I spend in the park, the less I spend being busy doing what I'm doing. Because ultimately people only use you. They give you the feeling, but they choose to be where they are. And you're not overexerting yourself to show me what you can do, right? You're not doing that, so why ought I to do it? Because in that sense, who are you to me? Who are you to me? And that's what I'm saying. Did you wipe my ass? Right? Were you there? In that sense, you're then nobody to me. And a lot of people don't like to hear that, but that's just a fact. You know, to me, are you replaceable or irreplaceable? Well, hard to say, right? Very hard to say. I don't know. It's something between hard and soft, right? It's not... You cannot say, you know, yeah, Christopher's an asshole, he's got no time for us. Yeah. Because he's working hard to make sure that whatever he's doing is actually working. So be happy that I sometimes show myself in the park and do my thing. But I also have to work hard to finish my task, my job. And there were times, you know, like when I wrote my thesis, I said, fuck it, people are more important to me than this thesis. So, in what position am I now? Well, that's very hard to say, because the weather is perfect. Right? I mean, the weather is perfect to go to the park, but it's just sometimes it's just too far away. So I'll just see what I'll do. Maybe I'll just keep it to the end of the day, but it's just, you know, the emotional stretch. How far I have to walk, and then I come back here, and then this is again empty space. Maybe I just want to fill this place with life again. You know, I want to go hiking. I need to go hiking. And the park is not hiking, the park is hanging around playing frisbee, but I need to go hiking. But before I can go hiking, I have to finish my podcast. And that's just my choice. That's what I see. That's the vision I have. You know, because I'm in charge of my own business. And you can say, yeah, that's just playing around. I don't care, man. I don't care what you think. It's my life. I have to choose this. If I don't choose this, you know, what I have worked on is just gonna go down the drain. And that's a fact. That's an actual fact. That I must push through Because if I don't push through, then what I started here is literally going to wither away into nothingness. So this here is a priority I have. And that's all I can say, right? I prioritize this over just having fun all the time. And that is what I would call a good decision. Why? Why is a raven like a writing desk? Well, you can just say, well, I have no idea. But you can also say, well, a raven may be like a writing desk because this or that. A raven may be like a writing desk because they're both like nature. I mean, they both come from nature, because the writing desk probably was made out of wood, and so the writing desk is also from nature. So why is a raven like a writing desk? Well, it's got feet. I mean, everybody always then just says, well, I don't know, or it's silly, it doesn't make sense. Well, there's always some similarity, and the most basic similarity is that we're all from nature. You're from nature, I'm from nature, this pan is from nature, the garlic is from nature, even the plastic, the metal, everything comes from nature. Also, the machines that produce these things come from nature. The water is from nature, everything is from nature. And that's my message to the world. You cannot escape nature. Even in the most isolated of places, everything in there is still nature. It may be less natural, but it's still nature. And so I'm making an active choice. I'm transforming this urge to run to the aid of others who are just lazy, who just want to have a good time, because I know I need to live my own life. I need to see my way through, out, in. And that's a weird choice for most people. Because most people rather sit around and are like, me, I'm alone, why does nobody love me? Well, I just say, love yourself. And then I'll make tea. Sometimes with bitter herbs, sometimes without. Sometimes I make, I have a few days vegan and then I eat chicken again. So you cannot control me any more than you can control life. You can just react to it. Now I'm having a good meal. Preparing myself to go hiking one of these days. And that's why I stay inside. This is mayonnaise. I like mayonnaise. This is a lamb chop. And this is beetroot salad, which I have to eat. What? This is beetroot grated with the juice of 2 lemons. And that's then what I've chosen, right? Acknowledging the fact that my body is my bunny. You know, my body is craving meat. Okay, you're still listening? Alright. I'm just trying to show you, sometimes I just pile up dishes, okay? There's nothing bad about piling up dishes. You know you're gonna make them. So I cannot just be, I'm not always this super happy guy. Because on the inside I'm struggling. On the inside I sometimes feel like, it's like death. I'm serious. This is not a simple thing to cook a meal and to continue, especially, let's say you're self-employed, right? You're working on yourself, you're trying to make a living. Well, I can tell you, if my parents wouldn't pay my apartment, and if there weren't people that I know that are also struggling, right, I would have probably died or landed on the streets or in some kind of like insane asylum, because what I needed was time and space to figure this out for myself. And that's what we need. We need some people who take the time because they can and then just sit with themselves. So stop wasting time, see your way through, and then keep working on it. I have to eat a lot of food. I cannot be vegan or vegetarian because that's a fantasy. I'm a being of nature, right? My body is an animal. And I can pretend like I'm super clean and, I have no teeth, but, I've seen vegans. And they looked always somewhat dead to me. If you want to work hard, and sweep and do whatever people do that are alive, you need certain things. I just don't want to be timid and tame. I want to live, and there are certain things which I have to do. And I could always run to the park and play frisbee and make, But when I do that, because I feel drawn to other people, then what are, I take away their, potential suffering. Maybe for you it's time to sit around and wonder why you're alone all the time. And then do something, ask yourself, what do you actually want? I played with people's children while these people just sat around and I was working hard. You see what I mean? It's their children I'm playing with. and I go back home and I'm alone. Like, they should be playing with their children. That shouldn't be my job. If you had a child, then engage with it. You know, that's all I'm saying. So I cannot be asked to be everywhere all the time because I also have things to do here. I have to write books. I have to see what's going on, because the last couple of days where I went a lot to the park, yeah, I felt really screwed. I mean, I just needed a time out. But now I feel drawn back to the park again. Well, I'll just have to make my standing then and just say, hey, you know, are you gonna write my books when I'm in the park playing with you? And if I come to the park, you're just gonna say I have nothing else to do. So, you know, it's just like disrespectful. Because I'm basically self-employed. And sometimes, you know, as much as I like helping other people, sometimes I just have to help myself because I need to do these dishes. You're not gonna come and do them for me. I need to do these dishes. You know, I need to make sure that my life is the way I want it to be. So I have things I need to do, so I need to do them. I have art that needs to be finished. I have book projects that I have on the line. I have podcasts where I still recorded the episodes, already recorded the episodes, but I still need to, yeah, you always have to do a bit, right? You have to change the format, put it into MP3, then I have started adding intros. So you have to edit them a little, maybe increase the bass, the treble, and then you have to save the file, and that takes probably per episode still maybe 15 minutes. You know, it's maybe a bit over, yeah, but it depends. Sometimes it takes a bit more, but it surely takes energy, focus, and attention. And if I'm always in the park playing because it's nice weather and people feel like, you know, why is nobody here? Well, I did this on my own. When nobody's there, I just start doing things. And I cannot be there all the time. If people get bored and feel alone, then what I say is, well, then start moving. You know, start putting yourself out there. Because I'm there, people feel bored, and then I do stuff, and then they're like, oh, finally something's happening. You know, everybody's always sitting around waiting for shit to happen, instead of just doing something themselves, and that's what's annoying me. That everybody's always waiting for something to happen. You know, people already see that their neighbor is struggling, but they just wait till he gets the stroke. They don't, you know, go there and say, hey, are you doing okay? You look like you're about to have a heart attack. No, they wait till he actually has the heart attack, and then they say, see, I told you. It's like, what the fuck, man? You're my neighbor, and you never reach out to me once. You see, I'm struggling, and you're in the position where you say I'm doing good. I mean, that's just crazy. Okay, and I'm also not that certain. Maybe I'm just gonna finish my work, and then I'm gonna go to the park and slackline anyway. But I'm telling you, it's really hard work. I mean, it's really, really hard work. And this is a nice meal. I'm just gonna eat it. And then I just have to see what I have to do. I clearly have to start reading this book. Because yes, escaping into fun is always nice. But how often can I do that? Well, right, it's like Sometimes you do like this and then you do like that. Now I have tea to prepare. I possibly have dishes to do. I already worked a bit in the garden. Yesterday I had a barbecue alone by myself. And I cleaned that already. I mean, there's people that go alone to the park, there's people that go alone to the cinema, there's people that go alone hiking. And now I can either do these things or I can escape to the park again, so I have to now simply not go to the park. Whatever is pulling me there, I just have to resist it. This is like resisting smoking. This is like resisting other things. Sometimes I just let something fade away. Because I say, if it cannot hold itself, you know, then it's unmaintainable. If it cannot hold itself, then it's unmaintainable. If whatever is in the park struggling cannot hold itself, then it's unmaintainable. It's your choice. You had 4 days the opportunity to come because we invited you, and now you sit there and are alone. And you feel like, you know, you want to pull me there, but, you know, fat chance. Very fat chance. Because I'm sick of these games. Right? Because people always act like I'm doing nothing, I'm lazy, I'm whatever. But I'm nothing like the stuff you say I am. I'm nothing like the things you think, you know, I think. Because that's just your projection. So, respect is an art in itself. In order to have respect, you have to learn respect. It's about empathy, feeling how somebody feels. So if I buy food, I have to make sure I'm going to use it. And that's also part of the message, right? I may have days that are, you know, a bit unclean, and I like it that way. I think it's okay that way. You know, I don't have to be super nice all the time, right? Because I'm having a hard time as well. And if you rely too much on me, then you're becoming a drag. And if you're a drag, then I'm just gonna move on and let you hang. Because it's your choice. You're the one that's